What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Zion, and as y'all can tell from the title, you find yourself having no choice too, right? What I mean by that is, this is officially my first YouTube video. Not actually, I actually made video in the past, but this is my first time actually committing to it. My first time was 5 years ago, right? And what I mean by I finally have no choice, I lost my job last month. In the beginning of last month, I got laid off, and man, never been laid off before. You know what I'm saying? I quit a lot of jobs, but never been like fired or laid off. So, this is my second month, and I've been pretty much trying to get my thoughts together, focus on my next moves I'm gonna make, right? And to be honest with y'all, man, when it comes to the 9 to 5 thing, I'm a good worker. Any job I had, I always excelled at, learned fast, and you know what I'm saying, just exceeded, right? Now I'm at a point that I just feel like the 9 to 5 is not for me. It's not that I'm not capable of working a 9 to 5. I'm very grateful for the few ones that I had that helped me elevate. Not too long ago, I was homeless. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in a two-door coupe Mustang. After that, I ended up staying with my mom for a couple of years for me to get back on my feet to now having my own place, going on for 2 years now. And one of my main things that I was having emotional feelings about was my stability, right? Because since 19, 20 years old, I never been in a stable spot, you know? It was either me being homeless or always staying with people, right? And for me, I'm a introvert. I'm a very selfie person, right? I like my own company. I like my own privacy and solitude. So that always bothered me, right? You know, I was definitely grateful because I know it could have been worse, right? But that still was an issue for me, not having any stability. Fast forwarded to now, this the farthest I even came to being stable, right? It hasn't been that long, but it's the longest that in my personal life that I ever been stable. And to get laid off, um, is very disappointing. Um, I had a calling for things like YouTube and podcasting. You know, from almost every job I had, I'm not much of a talkative person, but it's a few people, um, you end up conversating with and building a work relationship with, where you talking, y'all have conversations. And we talk about multiple things, right? But I will always get confronted with, hey, bro, you should do YouTube. You should get a YouTube channel. Or, you know what I'm saying? You should start a podcast for the things you be talking about. Like it really be controversial, and it really be, you know what I'm saying, a lot of insight of what you talking about. And like I've been hearing this for years and years and years. And the crazy thing about it, that I always felt that for myself, right? I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, as much as I yap, I talk a lot. You know what I'm saying, for the people that I'm comfortable with talking to. Um, but I never could find myself actually getting into um, making a channel or you know sticking with podcasting. I've tried it one time, um, working with other people. It just don't be that same vision. Sometimes I can't seem to, compromise on certain things. So like, uh, that didn't work out for me, right? And my first time actually recording a YouTube video, the thing about me is I'm a perfectionist. So probably why I never really get anything done. But I'm sort of a perfectionist, and like I have a vision of how I see it, and sometimes or most times it never goes that way that you envision it, right? So you start thinking about all the equipment and the thumbnails and like the complications with learning how to video edit, and I'm saying, just knowing all the ins and outs and the processes of becoming a content creator. And it played my mind and kind of frayed me away, stalled me out from actually getting started. And like now I feel like I'm at a point where I have no choice. I see how the job market is. Man, I've been knew this, but I'm a hard headed person, a stubborn person. I worked a lot of different jobs in different industries, and they pretty much all the same, man. Like, they just want a body. I pride myself on the work I do. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much every job I had, I was always on a nick about, my coin. My funds, because I always knew where I stood when it came to my work and my productivity. So I always never had a problem with speaking up for my money. Especially, I pay child support. Been paying child support since very young. So I had no option to get paid less. Like, I was back to living in my car or staying with people, because I always had a job when I lived in my car or stayed with people. Just I never brought home enough to be sufficient on my own. So I always been firm on my pay, and like being unemployed right now, I've been focused on myself, getting out, eating healthy, trying to work out, try to break habits, do things that I wasn't able to do while I was working, because you'll be just so exhausted from working all the time, right? And I just don't see myself going back into a 9 to 5 where I'm unappreciated, right? It gets real frustrating. And for the reasons, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the reasons that you unappreciated, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all a game. You're just a body. Your work is not appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a certain way, change your personality to fit in, or just you know what I'm saying, please, you know what I'm saying, the higher ups or your employees, your coworkers. And I just last job, it was just my the straw that broke the camel's back. So I'm on YouTube. So like I said, it's my first video. Um, the concerns I had before making a YouTube channel was, what do I even talk about? I have a lot to talk about, but I'm like, what do I start off by talking about? And I feel like it's safe to, now that I don't have a job, you know, and before I didn't have these things that I have now, I record music, right? Or I did record music. I haven't recorded music in a while, but that led me to getting equipment like a microphone, a really decent laptop interface. I've been had equipment for YouTube, my YouTube channel, years ago, and it just been collecting dust, which that kind of bothered me, because like I spent so much money on these things and not even utilizing it, when I see people making YouTube videos with way less of the equipment that I got. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they got started. You know, and I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I just different stuff, and I watch people, and they content is decent, but in all humbleness, respectfully, I be like, damn, bro, I know I can be more engaging or entertaining than them. But in hindsight, I look at them like, at least they got started. At least they dedicated, you know? At least they made those steps to get it started. So definitely seeing those things definitely humble me, you know? And this time I'm making it a goal for me to stick to it, to stay motivated. And not worry about the likes, not worry about the subscribers, just just doing me. You know what I'm saying? And getting used to recording myself and being in front of a camera, which that really was like a thing for me because I'm not a very camera friendly person. So um I'm definitely gonna be recording just to get comfortable with the camera and comfortable seeing myself on camera. So yeah, like I said, my name is Zion. The name of my channel is Everything High. Um um I don't know exactly what my main focus gonna be for this channel, but I'm definitely just gonna be dropping or me talking about anything that cross my mind or anything that I see that I feel like that I can give insight or touch on. You might see a few reaction videos. I think that's gonna be my niche for right now. And kind of take out all the planning and you know what I'm saying, the confusion, and you know the disencouragement of not recording. It's way more easier to react to a video, right? So, I thank y'all for watching my video. I would really appreciate it if y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I promise it's a lot in here, you know, and I can't wait to share with y'all. So, thank y'all and Zion out.